The Indiana Pacers are the most exciting team in the NBA to watch right now. They have a super team on the offensive side of the ball, absolutely electric. Anytime they play, there are offensive fireworks all over the place. Right now, their team ranks are number 1 in offensive rating, number 1 in points per game, and number 1 in pace of play. This team is electric, like I said, on the offensive side of the ball. Let's take a look here at some of the stats they've put up so far this season. Some fireworks, if you will. They are number 1 in field goals made, number 1 in field goals attempted, and number 1 in field goal percentage. Number 3 in three-pointers made, number 4 in three-point percentage, number 2 in two-point percentage, and number 1 in assists per game. This team is solid on the offensive side of the ball. They have weapons all over the place. They just don't have very much defense. They are 28th in defensive rating, 30th in opponents' points per game, giving up 126 points a night, and 29th in total rebounds. Now, that is because they do average 128 points per game, which is good enough for first in the league, like we talked about, and they have that number 1 pace of play. It's first by a wide margin, almost 5.5 points per game ahead of the second best team in the NBA in that category. Kind of crazy. And they are led by their floor general, Tyrese Haliburton, who averages about 24.7 points per game, 12 assists, and 4.1 rebounds this year so far for the Pacers. Just an elite floor general for them so far. Versus the Hawks last night, he put up 37 points to go along with 16 assists. So if we do some quick math there, what is that, like 70 points accounted for at least? 9 of 15 from 3, 11 of 18 from the field. On the year, he is 50-40-90, 52% from the field, 46% from 3, 93% from the line, and they said the jumper wouldn't translate. Where do y'all have him in the NBA player rankings? He's probably at least top 15 so far this year. I mean, we're talking about a guy that goes for 25 and 12 on 50-40-90 efficiency. Come on now. They got a couple of flamethrowers to go along with him, which helps raise his assist numbers. Ben Mathurin and Buddy Hield. Ben averages about 13.5 points a game in his sophomore season, which is a little bit down from his rookie year, but it's all right. 4.1 rebounds, 2.2 assists. His minutes are way down as well, just because this team has so many guys that it can play on a nightly basis. 44% from the field, 34% from 3 in 24 minutes a game this year for Ben Mathurin. I mean, solid year early on, and he's averaging 11.2 field goal attempts in just 24 minutes. So per 36, he's averaging more shot attempts per game than their leading guy in Tyrese Haliburton. And then you got Buddy Hield, who averages about 12.5 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists, and on any given night can go for 30 and absolutely torch your entire team. He shoots at 41% from 3, 44% from the field overall in 23 minutes, and this year, he hasn't been shy in terms of shooting the basketball either. 7.5 three-point attempts per game in 23 minutes. That's crazy. That's like 11 or 12 per 36. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure to leave me a comment down below and hit the subscribe button as well. Sticking around till the end of the video if you are enjoying at any point. And, you do like NBA basketball. This is the place to be, so hit that subscribe button. Be one of the few that decide to hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on with today's video. Looking at their super underrated center, and that is Myles Turner, who averages about 16.8 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He's always been an elite rim protector, but he is transitioning into a 3-level scorer almost. I mean, not really a mid-range guy, but he's shooting at 36% from 3, as well as 51% from the field. 1.5 steals to go with that in about 26 minutes per game for the 27-year-old out of Texas. It's like his 8th year in the league. He's been in Indiana forever, even though they've been trying to trade him for like 5 years. He sticks around, they stick with him, and it's paying off. They also had an elite couple of additions in the offseason in Bruce Brown and Obi Toppin. We'll talk about Obi Toppin first, coming over from the New York Knicks, where he was kind of disappointing after being a very high draft pick for them. He's averaging 11.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 1 steal per game for the Pacers this year. He's shooting at almost 60% from the field as well. Only 26% from 3 in 23 minutes a night, but overall, very efficient in terms of his minutes played. All of these dudes are putting up some crazy numbers. The per 36 numbers would be wild, but hey, I mean, they have the number 1 offense in the NBA. It is absolutely prolific. 11.4 points per game for Bruce Brown this year, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. And looking at these numbers, they're almost identical to his numbers last year for Denver when he helped them win an NBA championship. And I'm not saying this Pacers team is going to win a championship, as he's shooting at 49% from the field, 39% from three with 1 steal, but this is a team that has jumped out to a really nice start in the Eastern Conference, few games above 500, and they're going to look to continue to build upon that because later we're going to look at their schedule, and it is weak down the line. Now, they have some great depth. A couple more guys there with Aaron Nesmith and Jalen Smith with 10-plus points per game. They have 8 guys averaging double figures. It's crazy. And then you look down their bench some more. We talked about Smith and Naismith. And then you got guys like Andrew Nembhard, one of my personal favorite backup point guards in the NBA. You also have Jordan Nora, who, though he's only played in 4 games, is averaging over 8.5 points a night. You've got TJ McConnell, the ever-reliable backup point guard, and Isaiah Jackson, yet another interesting athletic big option to have. And then you have the rookies. All 3 of these guys I expected to make an impact at some point this year, and if injuries start to hit, they definitely will. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised Tyrese Walker hasn't played as much. Ben Shepherd, I didn't really expect to play that much, but, he could be seen as a win-now type guy with that, over 40% shooting from 3 last year. And then Isaiah Wong, he's a dog. He's going to get PT at some point this year. But like I said, Tyrese Walker, a little bit surprised as to seeing him not playing, especially considering the fact that they are the worst defense in the NBA, and he is a pretty good defender that can guard all 5 positions. I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. He is a rookie. Looking at the outlook, though, like I said, by the time this video goes live, they will be playing the Toronto Raptors, but Toronto has a losing record, and then you get to play the 2-win Detroit Pistons, the rebuilding Portland Trail Blazers. Yes, you got a back-to-back at Miami. If you can take one of those, you're looking at an easy 5-1 stretch over your next 6 games. And yes, it is a little bit of a road trip, but we're talking about Detroit, Portland, Detroit again, Toronto, Washington. Yes, you got to go to Washington in the last game of that road trip, but it should be an easy dub. Milwaukee will be tough. If they can win 1 out of both Miami games and the Milwaukee game, they're looking golden over their next 5 games, because that's a little over their next 7 games, because that's a nice little 5-2 stretch there to get them 3 more games over 500. So looking at this team, I'm really surprised, honestly. I mean, I knew this would be an exciting young team. I thought they could be a dark horse to compete in the East, but the number 1 offense in the league by a long shot, by 5.5 points a game, it's crazy. Indiana, love to see it. If you're a new fan in the NBA, there's a really good chance you're being attracted to the Indiana Pacers because of their run and gun style of play. It's almost like they're playing 7 seconds or less basketball. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about the Indiana Pacers. Where do y'all have Tyrese Haliburton on y'all's top NBA players list? Make sure to like button and hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.